Hey guys, Banana Luck here and welcome back to another Water Realms video. So we are back with the new updates and we have lots of new content to actually go through. But in today's video, we're just going to go straight to Gear Dungeon 2, Stage 6, which we did manage to clear shortly after the reset. And as you can see right now on the 6x server, there's a handful that have cleared Stage 5, which is still quite doable with other units. You don't really need Ardea, but stage 6 is pretty much locked to it unless you have a fully skilled Volca lying around, which seems to, fully awakened Volca, which seems to do very well here as a replacement for Ardea. So we're gonna go through the run and talk about some of the key interactions that you need to be wary of, and also some of the units that you can replace if needed. But for now, we'll just go straight into the run, and I'll showcase the gear afterwards. This is definitely way tougher than Gear Dungeon 1, given that Gear Dungeon 1 can even be attempted with just epics, as people discovered much later on. But for this particular gear dungeon, it seems to be locked behind some units. For example, Silas is, Hatsuit is actually quite essential for the top segment over here, and Ardea as well for the bottom. Edith is also going to be a big help. You're going to see why in a short while as we kill off this dude. So, okay, once this dies, this is where Edith comes in useful. Glad we actually put her on top of Kamet, I guess. Activate her ultimate and push back the Wraith here. So the two pushes will ensure that you actually don't get hit by the exploding Wraith later on. So once the first blood buff gets triggered, which is right over there, that's when you want to put down your Hex. So the annoying thing about this gear dungeon is that you actually need to cycle your DPS between the physical and the magic ones. So Silas is going to be first needed here for the magic Wraith, and then Valeria is going to be needed for the physical one later on. And just going to wait a bit here. You can actually pop Hex's ultimate right away, even before the unit spawn. I find that timing-wise that works out better. And once the other Wraith hits this spot, just gonna pop Valeria's ultimate. So one particular mechanic that makes the boss really tough here is that you actually see here, we don't, but every time a unit dies or is dismissed from the battlefield, the boss actually gets a buff, attack buff actually, and that results in her blood buff, the AoE attack that she does across the map to get stronger and stronger. So to an extent that you can actually wipe out all your units. So most of the units here are going to be able to survive throughout the entire run. If not, it's going to make the run extra difficult if units start dying midway through. So gonna have to dismiss Hex here because this is where Hatsuit is supposed to go. And this is gonna pop. You can see that when Hex died, there was a buff that went towards Volca here. But when Valeria dies, I think it's counted as a suicide, if I'm not wrong, from her ultimate. That's why it's not triggering that buff. So all good there. Just gonna pop this, and we're gonna have Hatsuit here. And you can see that very importantly, she has that Chalice artifact that gives her lifesteal, which helps her to survive throughout almost the entire run. So once the blood buff is triggered, I'm gonna pop the out in a bit here. Actually, no, I think it's the next one. Yeah. First bit, we're just gonna let her do normal hits. So with Ardea, the good thing is that you don't really have to bother about the bottom side. You can just sort of AFK and let things go. And then we're going to place Elder down here. The replacement for Elder is going to be King Has, unfortunately. I'm not sure if Isode boosted Brocare would work here as well, but I've seen that in the other clear. I don't think the guy used King Hearts actually. So once the blood buff is over, that's when we will use the Hatsune ultimate again here. And there we go. So we don't have to worry about this side, but this side we do have to worry a bit. Just to make sure that Nocturne and Torador actually use their outs here. And another bit you have to focus on here is this this guy. So just now it was magic, the magic version. Now this one, the purple one, is going to be only taking damage from physical damage. Whereas this one is only going to take magic damage, which is why we have rotated Nocturne. Gonna pop Eloin's out here to give Torador a bit of sustain, and we're also gonna pop Elder's ultimate here to give him more HP. There we go. Timing is crucial here. We are gonna pop in Valeria once Nocturne actually kills the unit here. This is to ensure that she's ready when the physical one comes instead. So you can see that it's a rotation sort of thing. So ultimate ran out, that's when the tankiness stops because he constantly generates shields when his ultimate is on. Not sure if it's the same for King Hearts, but we're gonna be doing around the same thing. But let's just pop Eloin's Wood Elf here. And the Wraith dies, very good. And this is gonna be the physical damage one. And things are gonna be a bit tricky here. We're gonna have to get Valeria to actually activate her out a bit earlier, just so that she dies fast enough for us to summon Hex. Because you can see that we actually have deployed 8 units here, and we need every single one of them, except Valeria, once she kills off the Mistress here. So I'm gonna pop Hatsune's ultimate here. And we can pop Valeria's ultimate right about here. And see that there's only damage coming out from the physical ones. And blocking Valeria here sort of works out because Nocturne doesn't get in range. And I'm gonna pop Elders out here because this Wraith is in now. And then there we go. Pop the ultimate ones. And timing is a bit tricky here again. You're gonna have to make sure that you watch out for this Wraith. This is the one that you have to push back with Edith. And then now the out on Elder is gone again, so we're gonna do this. Then watch this. Make sure that do the pushback and also pop Eloin's out for a bit of sustain here. And okay, I think we're slightly late with that. That's why the mobs actually, yep, that's not supposed to happen. We're gonna do a restart on the run. This time around, probably less commentary, so we can get to that a bit faster. Way too many runs, more than what we wanted, but this is the ideal scenario. You have Edith's ultimate activated right after this burst, and then you have to despawn Hatsune here as well and let Hex actually deal with this last wave that's coming in. And then the other one will be taken care of by Nocturne. There we go. So that's done. And then now we just have to pop Nocturne's ultimate alongside with Torador. Some extra support there. I believe that should kill off Hex. And then now we're just gonna pop Valeria down. Give us enough time to get that sorted. So when Valeria outs, her range extends, so it's fine to have Elder right there. And once that Wraith dies, it's more or less game over, because we have Ardea over here. So that's gonna take care of these bits quite well. Yep. So it's normal that Nocturne dies there because doesn't have enough HP on my build. But go on there, clear that, and pop. Oh, Hatsu's out, can't be activated there actually, but it's okay. Still gonna clear this. And that's it. Gear Dungeon Stage 6.
See? You just have to trust in madness.
Okay. And if we look at damage shards, obviously Ardea at the top. Valeria taking care of 3 of the wraiths, if I'm not wrong. And then Hatsut as well, clearing out the top soldiers that duplicate because we don't have another AoE marksman to actually do that. And most of the tanking being done by Elder actually in the center. So let's go ahead to look at the gears here. And see what we had on. So Elder actually was in my GVG build, so I realized that he really needed the Guardian buff for that 15% damage reduction. That helped a lot. And I don't have him maxed out. Sorry, I do have him maxed out. Not sure since when. But yeah, okay, so having him maxed out is pretty important. And we also have Lunacy Visor as the artifact, just for that extra regen. Ardea is in Soba Arcana and a Warlord set, as well as a Realm Tear. She's also fully max skilled. Nocturne is in pretty average gear. I would prefer higher damage here because true damage actually doesn't scale off crit. He is not maxed out ultimate wise, but still doing his job. And then Tear of Twilight is the artifact. Halloween, Invigoration, and Whirlwind not maxed out except for the rate regen. I think that's key to ensuring that this stage actually works out for you. And then maxed out Euphoric Orb. Edith also borrowed one of the 10 gears. It's essential to have her in a Guardian set. And also have a max Bastion ring on her. Skills wise, it's just dust, and I'm lucky that most of it went to the ultimate. And then Torador, just in the normal tank gear. This is my GVG gear, so quite a bit of attack speed, but no Guardian buff. Still doable because of that stun that he provides. And then Bastion ring. Valeria, Infernal Roar, and Warlord, and maxed out Wailing Skull. He is also max skilled. Hatsut in Ageless Wrath with Warlord set, and most importantly the Chalice artifact for Marksman. This is essential in keeping her alive the whole time. I will talk about alternatives later if let's say you don't wanna use this artifact. And then Volca, just there for the respawn time buff actually, but you can actually build her out, and that's what I'm going to talk about next in terms of alternatives. So if you don't have Ardea, you can actually use Volca. We're going to see the other guy who cleared this stage in a bit for the comp. Then Hex, Soba Arcana, and I'm lucky enough to have this exclusive. I'm not sure if Spirit Siphon would work. I would imagine that it still should be able to clear out the wraiths that take magic damage. So the other guy that cleared this, here's the recommended lineup. So you can see no Ardea, and my guess is that he actually used Volca because Volca dealt the most damage. And this is an A5 Volca, but gear-wise it's pretty average, and it's not even max skilled. So if you have Volca instead, I would think that Hatsut could actually work out without the Chalice. But I think having the Chalice itself will still give her a much better boost compared to, using Volca only, where you have to depend on a passive, which is like 1% HP regen per hit. So I think having the Chalice just works out a lot better. So yeah, that's the run, that's the gear, and strategy that goes behind it. I do think that Ardea or Volca are essential in clearing out the bot waves. Either one works fine. Hatsut as well in clearing out that top wave right over here. And then you can have anyone here tanking actually. Doesn't have to be Torador, but it just worked faction lineup wise for me. And then you also need that Valeria to burst. Having that, unyielding effect while ultimate is on is actually pretty important. And then Nocturne, also pretty good there. Just synergizes well range wise and everything. And then of course Hex to take care of the race that are only vulnerable to magic. So in case you weren't aware, this is you can actually read the descriptions here. So one is the Flash clone. So this one only takes magic damage. If you do physical, it will only allow it to recover HP. And then the magic one will only take physical damage. And do take note that if you don't destroy them within 60 seconds, they'll actually explode and kill everything within like 3 tiles. That includes the mobs that they come with as well. So you could play it somewhat well if, let's say, you were on the last few stages and couldn't clear it for some reason. You could just let it detonate and kill everything there, but that would mean that the boss itself will actually get that extra damage. See, she draws blood from defeated or retreated heroes, which means that your Eloin might die. So yeah, that's the run. If you have any questions, feel free to leave it down in the comment section below. Happy to suggest any comm changes. I will post more videos on stage 5 and stage 4, but for now I think stage 6 seems to be the most unbeatable one, even though everyone has Ardea. I think people just have not found the right strategy and also what to take note of. So yeah, that's gonna be it for the video. If you have any questions, leave it down below, and wish you guys luck in clearing this particular gear dungeon. It's clearly way harder than the other one, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.